Merhaba, hello and welcome back to Turkey from Bursa, the first capital of the Ottoman Empire from 1326 to 1402. I'm starting here on the hill by the clock tower. This is one of Turkey's largest cities and it's only a few hours from Istanbul, packed with history, mosques, hammams and tombs of the first Ottoman sultans. Here in Tophane Park there are cafes and places to soak in the view, and the tombs of Orhan and Osman Gazi are over here, the first Ottoman rulers. So I've just been inside the tomb of Osman Gazi, which is more elaborately decorated than the one of Orhan Gazi. I was told to stop filming, and so I didn't want to speak inside and disturb the people in there who were also looking at the tomb. So I've got some shots here for you to show you what it's like, and it's interesting to see people praying by the tombs, kind of a sacred place for many Turks, I suppose, owing to the historical significance and the fall of the Byzantine Empire and a change to the Ottoman one when the Turks came here and conquered the city in 1326. So leaving now and making my way down the hill towards the Grand Mosque and Bazaar. This is one of the gate entrances to the citadel. This one was actually the most important. Because of the history, you will see signs everywhere for UNESCO. The reason it was awarded UNESCO status is because it was the birthplace of the Ottoman Empire. Okay, so now approaching the Grand Mosque of Bursa, also known as Ulu Cami, which was built during the reign of Bursa as the first capital of the Ottoman Empire in 1399. The Sultan of the time, Bayazid I, defeated the Crusaders in a battle at Nicopolis, and so pledged to build 20 mosques as a symbol of victory, but instead he settled for one mosque but with 20 domes, which is what makes this one quite unique. Shoes off. Ulu Cami 1399 it says there. Let's head inside. From the interior here you can see the different domes, and there is a kind of great fountain in the middle to wash hands and feet before praying. The direction of prayer here towards Mecca, marked by this incredible gold leaf and multicolored glass. That is very impressive. A must visit here in Bursa, and just looking at the people quietly sitting on the floor reading the Quran or praying, doing recitations, makes it quite clear that this is a prominent place in Turkish history and the delivery of Islam to the region and the area that is now Turkey, because without the Ottoman conquests we wouldn't have these mosques. Instead we would probably still have mostly churches. And so this landmark place in the original capital marks where things began on the Islamic journey for Turkey. Coming out of the Grand Mosque, people having tea and snacks, just chilling outside in the park here. A nice kind of local atmosphere. Bursa was the capital of silk in Anatolia. What are now silk shops today used to be full of places where merchants would keep their goods and stay overnight after journeys to and from the east. And the view out over the courtyard here is really something. Such a cool and calm place to grab a drink. There's even a guy with some meat there for a snack if you wanted one. So found a good place to sit down and chill for a few moments in between walking around. Lots of locals here too. Good people watching, to be honest. Heading towards the Grand Bazaar of Bursa now, dating back to 1335, the place to do all your shopping and to wander around. Here we are, the main thoroughfare. And there's just about everything here. Tahini, coffee.
Kap dünyası, feraci dünyası budur.
Dates, nuts and dried fruits. Olives which grow around Bursa and olive oil.
Evet. Zeytinci, en güzel zeytinler.
Spices up there.
Durdurma sonra bana.
Ya oraya malı kapıyor. Geçen gün daha iyi başlamış bu iş.
Many of the things here local to Bursa, all these different colors of olives and walnuts, which you'll find in a famous local walnut bread, which I'm going to try tomorrow for breakfast. One aspect I love about Turkey and its eating culture, they buy things whole from the local markets like this, every product, and many Turkish dishes have very little processed foods in them. A lot of them are whole foods, which is great. Oh, he's offering to taste an olive. Teşekkür ederim.
Orada aşağıda inerik koşuldu.
Tamam. Olives are one of my favorite foods in the world. Okay, so it's now time to eat what is the most famous dish in Bursa at its most famous place. Now, Kebabchi Iskender only has 3.8 on Google, and it has a high price, 450 lira for the Iskender kebab, but it's supposed to be the original and the best, even though it's expensive. And I asked a couple of locals and said, is it still worth coming here? They said yes. So I'm going in to try the Iskender kebab here, and we'll see how it tastes. Alright, so I'm now inside and I have my table, the Iskender kebab right here, looking nice after just watching the doner dripping outside and then preparing it through the window. I love how he came over to drizzle the finishing touches to the kebab. What is it? It's doner meat with a hot tomato sauce, pita bread, and then a special melted sheep's milk butter and yogurt to give it that extra flavour. So I think the yogurt sauce there mixed with the oil and the tomato creates such a lovely flavour. For me, the doner meat is just okay. It's not really blowing me away. But I think what makes this dish special is the oil and the tomato and that flavour, that creamy flavour all coming together. And when it soaks into the pita bread with the meat as one whole dish, it's quite nice. Does it justify the price? Well, let me know in the comments below whether you think this is worth 450 lira, or can you get just as good Iskender doner in other places in Bursa? I'm not an expert. All I can say is this is good. Good night and good morning, and welcome back to Bursa. I'm finishing this video by trying a famous tahini bread. I'm here at 8 o'clock and there is still a queue here on Saturday morning. There's also a walnut bread which I'm excited to try. I've ordered both the walnut and the tahini bread. The walnut bread has a natural nutty sweetness to it. So now about to try what is the star of the show, the tahini pita, I think they name it in the shop. So it's like a dessert. It's very rich and you can see why everyone adores it. There's no question that this is probably the best bread or pastry I have tried so far in Turkey. Before filming this video, I spent a day with a few local guys in Bursa who showed me around some other places that I have not shown in the video so far, and these are the ones that I think are worth your time. The first being the spectacular green tomb of an Ottoman Sultan, which to me was more impressive than Osman Ghazi's. Next door to that is Yesil Chami, which is a mosque of Persian-influenced Seljuk architecture that dominated Bursa from the 15th century. Walking over more centrally from there, be sure not to miss the Irgandi Bridge, one of the oldest containing shops in the world. Near the Grand Bazaar, there is a place that makes chantik, which is this doughy bread in a beautiful volcano shape with meat in the crater. It's delicious and fresh, and I'll leave the name below so you can find it and have a taste yourself. There's also an immersive panoramic museum depicting the 14th century Ottoman conquest of the city. The 360-degree dome is actually very impressive and really detailed, taking you back to the time of Osman Orhan Ghazi. So that's all from Bursa in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's one of the best trips you can do for a night or two away from Istanbul if you want that smaller city feeling, to learn about the history of the Ottoman Empire, the first capital where it all began, and getting that kind of relaxed, smaller town feeling that you don't necessarily find all the time in Istanbul. Until the next video in Turkey, Peace.